Hello, everybody, and welcome to Conversations with Malik podcast. Please don't forget to follow us at convoswithmalik.com, convoswithmalik.com. There you will find all our social media links. We're on Apple, iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Instagram at ConWMalik, Facebook Conversations with Malik, and YouTube Conversations with Malik. Please like, subscribe, share, and listen to everybody that's out there. We're in a very challenging time, difficult time. Some of this is more difficult than others. Prayers and thoughts to everybody that has lost someone that they really, really care about. Look, I lost one person in particular, a brother that I grew up with from around me, great brother. And then, turned around, he lost his mom. So listen, this is definitely impacting people. But, through crisis, we grow. We grow through crisis. We've all suffered loss. We don't stop living for the dead. And we continue to go on and to grow. And look, as long as we're breathing in and out, we have a responsibility to at least live for those loved ones who we might have lost during these times. So, shout out to everybody who's on the front line, who's risking their life to help other people. I commend you. I applaud you because you guys are courageous. Everybody can't stay at home. Some of you guys are leaving your family and putting your lives on the line to possibly catch a virus that will take you away from your family. So, I just want to commend all of the heroes and the sheroes. And with that, I'm here, and I'm always blessed and fortunate when anyone wants to come on the show with me and spend some of their time and some of their life with Brother Malik from Conversations with Malik. And I'm here with Nikki Alexandria, and she's a success stylist. And look, she's looking stylish, right? She's looking stylish here. How you doing, Nikki?
I'm doing fantabulous. How are you?
Fantabulous. I'm doing good too. So listen, talk to me about your brand and what it is that you do.
Okay, absolutely. Well, thanks so much for having me on the show. It is really an honor and a pleasure for anybody to invite me on their platform, and I don't take it lightly. I really and greatly appreciate it, and I love what it is that you're doing. I make sure after this I'm a subscriber because I just love, when people just come together or people do things to help uplift others. And so basically, that's what I do. Okay, I'm Nikki Alexandria, hairstylist to success stylist, and I started doing this because I was a hair care professional for over 20 plus years. Okay, I started back in like 1995, and I wanted to work for myself. I wanted to be my own boss. I was a new single mother. I didn't want anybody telling me when I could and couldn't come to work. If something happened with my son, I wanted to be control. Okay. And so what ended up happening, because I was self-employed, because I was a single parent, because I was the sole person to make ends meet, I found myself working all the time. Like, 10, 12, 14 hours a day, sometimes 5, 6, 7 days a week, and I missed out on a lot of my family time. I missed out on a lot of family life because I had to get it. I had to get it out the mud, as they say, right? And so, isn't that what the kids say?
That's a Southern saying, right? That's
right, out the mud. So I had to be the one to do that. And so, I got to a place in my life, I ended up with, having 2 kids, and I got to a place in my life and I realized that, there was something more for me. I realized that, being a hairstylist and standing behind the chair, that there was more for me. This wasn't just going to be the end. And so I got introduced to home-based business, and a lot of people know it as multi-level marketing, network marketing, whatever you want to call it. I got introduced to this industry, and I didn't know that it was going to evolve me. I didn't know that it was going to bring me into my calling, which was helping other people become successful in business. Okay. And so I call myself a success stylist because not everybody comes from the same background. Not everybody is cut from the same cloth, but people always want the same thing. People want to be successful. So what I do is wherever you are in life, no matter if you are a 9-to-5 worker, no matter if you work at, a fast food restaurant, no matter if you're already in business, right? Your success is what you want to have, right? So I help design your success for you. I am the success stylist. And that's what it is that I do.
Very well put.
Yes, thank you.
And anybody that spends time out of their day and out of their life to help other people, helping people is really the ultimate reward. It takes a lot of time and effort when God uses you to kind of be that tool to help somebody really see a truth that already exists within them.
Absolutely.
You just have to help them kind of find a way. And in helping them, you're really helping yourself. And, it's because, God always gives me assignments to help people. And the people that I'm helping, they think I'm like, they think the world of me, right? But they understand that the reason why God uses me so much is because I'm so sick and I need the help.
Right. Right. Help me. Right. Help me help you.
So God knows I need to keep this knucklehead. I keep him busy, give him assignments. I need to give him assignments that are fruitful, because in that, in helping you find your purpose, I'm also living a life of purpose. So it's
yes.
So listen,
absolutely.
We're gonna start with the caterpillar phase. We're gonna talk about some of the things that you've been through, and then we're gonna go to the past and then come back up to the present. Right?
Okay.
So, I was sitting here and you talked about losing your mom in 2008. I believe I lost my mother. I believe it was 2009 to cancer. For my parents to cancer. And anybody who watch someone deteriorate from cancer, that it's really, the whole journey of it is a tough journey.
Yeah, absolutely.
I lost my mom, and so when I read that, I said, wow, I know that feeling. I tell people, Nikki, people that have their mothers, regardless of what you're going through with your mother,
love them.
You got a mother.
Yeah.
Because when they're no longer here, Nick, they're no longer here. Talk to me about that time in your life, losing your mom, the ups and downs that made you look at you, 2008 to 2013, not knowing whether you was coming or going. Talk to me about that time in your life.
Well, you know what? As you just stated, losing a parent, period, it kind of, it creates a hole in your heart. Okay. And no matter what you do, you'll never, ever really get over the feeling of losing a parent. Okay. You go day by day, and it gets better, it gets easier, but the hurt is still real.
No doubt.
My mother, she was very, very strong. She was a very, very strong mother. I mean, she, her birthday just passed, which was April 4th, so she was an Aries Ram, headstrong, okay? But I watched my mother, just overcome so many different things, okay? As a little girl, I mean, I'm the baby of 4, but I really watched her overcome so many things. So, when she was diagnosed with cancer, but the thing here, Malik, is, she was a educator for over 20 years, okay, in Detroit public school system. I'm from Detroit. She was an educator, and her goal was to, because I ended up moving to Atlanta, and then my big sister moved to Atlanta, and so her dream or her goal was to, once she retired, right, which she retired in 2005, her goal was to move to Atlanta, get a house here so that she could spend time with her kids. And, I had my son, which her first grandchild, so she was excited about that.
Right.
So when she moved here, you know, in July of 2005, in September of 2005, she was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. Okay. Took everybody by surprise. My mother was fairly healthy. You know, she walked every day. You know, we would still roller skate together. Okay. Me and my mother would still roller skate together. We would still go to the gym together and everything. So we just didn't see this coming. So when she was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer, based off of her, you know, based off of the x-rays and everything and all the tests, they gave my mother 3 to 6 months to live. Right. Gave her 3 to 6 months to live. My mother was like, who got 3 to 6 months to live? Not me. She was like, I got too much to do. She was like, there's no way. So with that being said, even though her diagnosis, she was supposed to be technically, according to the doctors, out of here in 2005. She lived to January 2008. Okay. So yet again, I watched my mother, you know, push and be that strong person that she was. So when the times, you know, when things start to, her health really started to fail her, I was in denial. Okay. I was really in denial because I seen my mother beat so much that I was like, she's going to beat this. Right. Nobody's saying, you know, even, you know, some of my siblings and family members, they were like, Nick, you know, listen, this is what's happening. I'm like, get out of here. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know my mother. And when she passed, it was just like, you know, even when she was in hospice, okay, and they were like, you know, her organs are shutting down. And I was still like, y'all don't know what you're talking about. Watch this. Okay. I just remember I kept saying, watch this. She's going to come out of this. So when she didn't, you know, I was in shock for a minute. I was really, really in shock for a minute. It took me a minute to kind of wrap my head around my mother is gone. And then it went from shock to depression. Okay. It's so easy for us to fall into depression. And depression is something that, you know, in our community, we don't like to talk about. You know, we want to pray it away, you know, give it over to Jesus, and you know, and that's fine. You can give your worries to whoever you want to give them to, but we got to deal with what's real. Okay, just like when you're sick, if you get a cold, you go to the doctor. If you know, anything, you know, if you have high blood pressure, you go to the doctor, you know, so when things aren't good with your mind, we don't want to deal with that. So I went through, you know, a series of events, you know, going through depression, not really wanting to do clients anymore. My clientele started to go backwards. The housing market crashed in 2008, which it didn't even faze me because I didn't want to be bothered with nobody anyway. So, you clients that were coming and they stopped coming, I didn't care, you know, I was just in this funk. So when, you know, reality kind of hit or set in was in 2010 after I done ran through my savings. And I found that, okay, now I don't have any money to pay my mortgage. So I ended up in a foreclosure. I ended up with the car repossession because, you know, once they take your house, where you supposed to hide your car? You can't hide it in the garage no more.
Right. And they got the tracking devices on. So, you know.
Right. So house gone, car gone, you know. And then, you know, my
we can laugh about it now, but
I can laugh now, but at the time it was just not funny.
I had a car repo girl a couple of times. Oh my goodness.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It is not fun. You come outside and you think you about to go somewhere, and you going right back in the house to make a phone call.
Well, with me, I was asleep. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. They called me outside and they said, Mr. Turner, would you mind bringing out the keys to your car? You know, wow.
Right. Sure. Here you go. So, I mean, it was from that time where now I have I'm still a mother. Okay. My son, he's off to college by this time, but I still have my baby girl. I don't have a home. I don't have a car. So now I have to turn to family, and sometimes family is not the best to turn to. Okay. So, you know, then I found myself, you know, telling my older sister, like, I need you to, you know, keep my daughter for me for a couple of weeks until I figure out what's going on. I'm sleeping in the car, okay? Because now I have, you know, when you're going through certain things, you know, sometimes you look back and you're not necessarily proud of the things that you have done, okay?
Okay.
But, you know, I was befriending this gentleman, okay? And he had like a couple of cars and he was like, well, I'll let you use this car, you know? And I knew it was probably a matter of time before he was gonna make his move or whatever, but I was like, I need a vehicle. I gotta keep him at bay, okay? Just keep him at bay until I figure some stuff out. But I was sleeping in the car, okay? I was sleeping in the car. My daughter was staying with my sister, and, you know, eventually, you know, my other sister kind of opened up her arms and said, okay, well, you can come over to the house now, that she understood it was really, really real. And so it was just, you know, one thing after another. You know, it was like, I really felt like everything that I put my hands to, it just was not working out. It just did not work out. But I was just in a I was in a real funk. If anybody has ever been in a funk, it's real, okay?
Yes.
Because we're controlled by our emotions. So when you're emotionally unstable,
Yes. Yes.
when you're emotionally unstable, it's a lot of things that just not going to work out for you, okay? So just, you know, again, from like 2010, you know, was when I lost my house, lost my mom 2008, 2010, I lost my home. You know, I was seeing this guy to, listen, okay?
Talk about it. Talk about it.
Listen,
I'm here.
don't judge me, okay? Please don't
No.
judge me, all
No
right?
judgment. No
But,
judgment.
you know, I was, you know, I was dating this other guy. We were, you know, off and on. You know how you had those off and on relationships, okay? He was off and on, off and on. And so when we finally decided that we were going to really pull things together, okay, we're going to have a plan. This is what we're going to do. We're going to be out here. We're not going to play no more. We got it, right? We're doing this.
Right.
And so we were scheduled to, you know, have our house, you know, built and everything. And we were supposed to move into our house in January of 2013. And December of 2012, like 4 days after my birthday, which is December 7th, 4 days after my birthday, I got a phone call from his mother. And I'm thinking he's going through his shenanigans again, which is why I didn't hear from him on my birthday. But I got a call from his mother on December the 11th to tell me that they had found him murdered, and his body was found in an abandoned building. They had shot him 5 times. So he was, you know, in the game, trying to get out the game. And it just, you know, so that hit, you know, it was just a whole lot of stuff. I mean, even at my age at the time, okay, because I'm 47 now. So that wasn't, you know, 2010 through 2000, that wasn't that long ago. But, you know, I was at a point where it's like my clientele was, you know, pretty much, they're gone. I've always worked for myself. You know, having a job is not going to be, you know, sufficient enough for me to operate the way that I'm normally used to operating.
I'm the same way.
You know what I'm saying? So here I am, 30-something years old. I done went to the strip club.
Okay.
Lord have mercy. Lord.
Okay.
I did, you know. So now here I am. I'm like in the street, and it's so not me, but I'm making money. But I got to the point where I'm like, you know what, Nikki, this is just not you. You know, this is just not you. There's something else. There's something greater for you. This is not your scene, okay?
Yeah,
and
but Nikki, let me chime in real quick. And I get you, and I'm following you in this, because sometimes we have to become what we're not to return to what we are.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
And so listen, I've done plenty of things I'm not. I wasn't always like this.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
And so I was raised right. I come from good stuff. I went astray through my hurt and pain. And I really sincerely thought that there was this black cloud that was literally just hanging over. You know, it was just hovering above me.
You feel like
the sun was out, but I had a black cloud above me, pouring down rain and thunder. And and so I get it. Let me ask you about that strip club experience. When you were actually in the club and performing and on stage and getting the money, you have nights where you were like, "Oh, why am I doing this?"
Mm-hmm.
Then also like at the same time, I know there had to be some euphoria and it was kind of fun too.
You know what? For me,
And you're making money.
I was making money, but I'm gonna tell you, I never felt comfortable. Half of the time I wouldn't even go on stage unless they made me. Like, okay, you gotta go up there. Like, you playing, ain't nobody else gonna go up there. I
Yeah.
never ever felt comfortable. Even when I made the money, I would go home and just be like, I cannot believe this. I would feel like my mother was looking down at me like, come on, Nick, like, what the hell are you doing? Is how I would feel. I
How
felt
long?
more ashamed than anything.
How long did you strip for?
A month.
Really?
A month. I could not do it. It was
What kind
just
of
no
money?
way.
What kind of money were you making?
I was making good money. I was
Yeah.
making enough money to pay the bills and have some stuff set to the side. I was making money now,
Gotcha.
but it was just not enough to get me just caught up in it. It was just it was never going to be enough amount of money that I would feel comfortable with me to
Gotcha.
do that. You know what I'm saying? So it was like I did it, and I'm like, nah, I can't do this. There's just no way that I could do this. It's just no way. So, and then I was thinking about, my son was getting, at the time, of course, he's in college now. And so I'm like, he doesn't know what I'm doing. So what if, one of my son's friends coming here on my son, no.
Your son walking in with his friends one night.
No.
Oh, you talking about, holy shit. Listen, yo, you talking about what Calgon take me away. You would
right.
on a turtle shell forever somewhere.
Right. So I'm telling you, I'm constantly looking over my shoulder, like people coming through the door. I'm like, oh, I hope that's not my son, So it was just too much. It was just way too much. So I had to go.
If you was maybe someplace else where you didn't really know people, you could have kind of did it for a little longer. I get you.
Probably still not, because I would have been so paranoid. It just wasn't my thing, And I have friends that, of course, they've made tons of money doing it. One of my best friends, she had did it for, like 15 years. And,
Gotcha.
So, but that was, she had her own thing and reasons why, and she had to go through that journey herself, but it just wasn't me. It was just no way. I applaud anybody who can do it, do what you do, making money. I don't judge, whatever. But I just couldn't, right. Big salute, sis. But I just couldn't do it. It just wasn't for me.
Talk to me about now, coming out of the darkness, coming out of all of that. What tools did you use? What things did you do? What happened to start the transition?
Oh, well, we'll start the transition for me. I was so down that it was like, you know what, I can't go no further. I can't go no further. There's no way I could keep going backwards. I started to really connect with my spirit. Okay. And it didn't have anything to do with religion or, anything like that. The Bible, it was my spirit. And so I started reading. More. And what ended up happening, what kind of triggered it was my mother was a big reader. My mother was a very spiritual person. She wasn't religious. She was very, very spiritual. Even growing up, we would go to the Detroit River and she would have her book and, we would lay out a blanket and I'd have my book and we would sit there along the riverside and just read. She was always into personal development and, empowerment and things like that. So these are the type of books that she would always give to me. Every birthday or whatever, she was always giving me a book, whether it was Catherine Ponder, Attitudes of Gratitude or just the dynamic laws of prosperity, just different things that she would give me. And so what ended up happening one day when I was, in my dark place and crying and just like, Lord, please, you have got to help me, like, because I don't know what else to do. Okay, I really don't know what else to do. Still unstable with my living situation because I just couldn't pull it together. It was just like I felt like I was going from pillar to post, and I'm grown. Okay, so it's like I'm grown and I'm a mother. What, this just don't feel good. It don't look good. It don't feel good. And what ended up happening, I was staying with, a very, very close friend of mine, because at the time, now I have this dark mark on my credit. Okay. My home is in foreclosure. So I'm having a hard time finding a place to live. And it's just so much going on. So I was staying with a friend, and I had a box of my belongings, in the corner. And I just got this, we say it's an inner voice, the spirit, whatever it is that guides you. But something was just like, clear out that box, right? Clear out the box. So I go to the box, and the first thing that I pull out was a book that my mother gave me, which was the Catherine Ponder book. And it says, Dynamic Laws of Prosperity.
Yes.
And I opened up, and it was a note from my mother, and it was like, to Nikki, and she was like, the best is yet to come. Live your life, baby girl. And it was like, love, mom. Okay.
Oh, that's heavy. That's heavy.
Yeah, it was like, okay, thank you.
And that
so
stuff comes right on. It's almost like that stuff happens right on time. Right on time when you needed it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was always in that book, but you open it at that time.
At
that time. Moment. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just like, wow, okay. And that was a turning point for me. That was my turning point. That's when I started to read more. I started to read that book. I started saying my affirmations. I started, just making sure that I kept my mind in check. I started back, working out. I started back doing the things. I started back roller skating. I started doing things that I enjoyed doing from the beginning. So all that hit my spirits. And because my spirits were lifted, the clouds started to, clouds started to part.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, wow, and it's just one thing after another that just started to work in my favor. Things started to work in my favor. And I found, again, I ended up having my own salon suite in Atlanta. I ended up doing that, after working at another salon. I got back in the salon, ended up having my own salon. And then that's when, a couple of years later, I got introduced into home-based business again. And it was another one of those moments where, I had to speak what it is that I wanted. We have to realize that, people say that the life, the power of life and death is in the tongue. Okay. And so we have to be so mindful when we speak things. When we speak things, when there is intent behind what we speak, when there is emotion behind what we speak, it's going to come. It's going to come to you, and you got to be ready. So whether you speak good intentions or bad intentions, you have to realize that it's going to show up.
Yes.
Show up.
Yes. Listen, remember when they used to tell us, if you don't have something good to say,
just don't say nothing.
It has a deeper meaning to me now. Then, before it was like, if I didn't have something good to say to you, don't say nothing at all. Now, it don't even gotta be about you. If I'm talking negativity, I've now ushered in the realm and the spirit of negativity in my whole atmosphere. Something negative happens.
Yeah.
So, like, if I don't have nothing good to say, the thought can be there, but I don't need to bring it out. Okay, I had the negative thought. I can't control whether I'm gonna have negative or positive thoughts. Through meditation, just watch it go past. The negative thought will go past as long as you don't entertain it. So just let it go. And it's powerful you said that. So talk to me about what you're doing now and what you got going on.
Of course. Well, and I wanted to piggyback off of what you just said before I go on. We're human, right?
Yes.
And so, we live in a world of duality. All right. So there's not a left without a right. There's not an up without a down. There's,
No
you
doubt.
know,
No
there's
doubt.
no man without one man, all right?
Yes.
And there's no positive without negative.
Right.
So even in our thoughts, we
Well,
are
there's,
going
there's
to
man
have,
without one man these days, but you know, I'm just
well, yeah, well,
I'm
okay,
just
yeah, if you look at it that way, okay. But it's still got to be some kind of balance, okay?
yeah,
Maybe I should say masculine and feminine, okay?
yeah. I'm
That
just
might be better, right? That might be
right.
better. But we're going to have both thoughts. We're going to have negative and we're going to have positive thoughts. You
Yes.
know, it's crazy because most of the time people automatically think negative, not without even realizing it. Okay. We just do.
Yes.
So with every negative thought, we have to replace those negative thoughts with about 5 to 10 positive thoughts. You got to
Yes.
train your brain. We got to learn how to train our brain. So even if I do have a negative thought, I have to catch myself and be like, okay, regroup, and I got to think about 5 or 6 or 10 other positive thoughts to kind of replace that one negative thought. So it's just a matter of training yourself to think more positive, because again, what you think and what you speak, that's what your world looks like. That is everything that we have right now is a matter of choices that we have made over the years. So we have to stop right now and choose what it is that we want. We got to choose the life that we want. We got to choose. And some things are beyond our control, but what we can control, we can control, and we can control it with the power of our thoughts and our words. So that's what I just wanted to throw out real quick.
Yeah.
And you wanted to talk to me about what I have going on right now?
You got going on now, and then I want you to let them know how they can find you. Give us, your social media info so people can find you who want to watch this interview.
So what I have going on now, I'm excited. Okay. I'm really excited about what's going on in my life right now. Okay. Because this is just the beginning of something so amazing. Okay. Sometimes you have to borrow other people's visions, or sometimes you have to engage in a vision bigger than yourself so that not even you can stop it. Okay.
Yes.
And so when I got involved in home-based business, right?
Uh-huh.
When I got involved in home-based business, I was just looking for something, that I can do extra in order to, put towards my retirement. Because as a stylist, we don't have retirement funds. We don't have 401k plan. We don't have any of that. Okay. But I did not know, again, that it was going to take me onto this path to help so many other people. Okay. Right now, so many people are looking for something. People are losing their homes, even before the COVID-19. People are losing their homes, their jobs. People are unsure about life. People are losing their life, okay?
Yes.
And so with me getting involved in this particular company, which is called Total Life Changes, perfect name, it's a wellness-based company. So I've been someone, who's always been into beauty, always been into health. That's just always been my thing. I even went to school for physical fitness and health and wellness and kinesiology, right? I even did that. So that's always been a part of who I am, okay? Being fit, being, just taking care of your body. And so this has allowed me to reach, when I tell you reach so many people across the globe, it's an amazing, amazing, amazing feeling, right? So not only am I able to help people become healthier, okay, which for our people, okay, and nothing against any other race, I love everybody, right? But for our people,
yes,
we're at the bottom when it comes to, economics, and we're at the top when it comes to illnesses and disease.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it's tied together.
Yes,
So
it is.
what I do now is I show people how they can take care of themselves, how you can take care of your health, right? How you can live a healthier lifestyle, how you can do that. But guess what? How you can make money in the process, right? So that's just one of the things that I have going. And the second thing, of course, is part of that, I found my passion, which is helping and coaching people on how to be successful, how to live their best life yet. And as you said in the beginning, sometimes it's not about other people, it's about you. Because as I'm helping other people, it's helping me become the best version of me that I can be. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing feeling. I never thought that it would give me so much pleasure to help other people get to their next level. It's an amazing thing. Zig Ziglar says, I love Zig Ziglar, if you help enough people get what they want, you will always get what you want. So when you take the focus off of you, when you take the focus off of you and you focus on the people, I'm telling you, the rewards are endless. The rewards are endless. So that's why now. That's why I'm super excited, because every single day, I am really being selfless and helping other people. Sometimes I don't even help myself because I'm worried about everybody else. But it's all for the bigger purpose. It's all for the bigger picture. So that's where I am right now, and I'm loving every minute of it. I love it.
And I'm loving it right now and sharing it with you. Give us your social media links so people can find you.
Well, you can find me on IG at Nikki Alexandria, NIKKIALEXANDRIA, the number 9. Okay, and I did 9 because I'm not quite a 10, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Listen, it's been a great interview.
Yes.
Success. We will be in touch again. Got a new friend, right?
Absolutely.
Whenever you got something going on, hit me up. I'll get you on. I have no problem with that. Listen, shout out to Eddie Box for doing the introduction. Thank you, Eddie Box. And listen, I end the show like I normally do. Brother Malik loves you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Peace.
Peace. Thank you.